All right, I have Mr. Flores here in person. You are on mute in our computer, in our jury room. I understand you have number 17, 18. I'm sorry, 16, 17, and 18. This is Jose Angel Garcia.
A ver. Ok, aquí está.
Okay, Your Honor, sorry, I didn't realize we were muted.
No,
Yes,
no
I'm here on 16, 17, and 18, State versus Jose Angel Garcia. Should be on. In fact, I just resent him the link.
All right, is Mr. Jose Angel Garcia present? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Jose Angel Garcia. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. This is a defendant has not complied with a drug patch, failed to report for a UA on 3/22 as ordered. I understand that you have had some contact with him, but he was not going to be able to come in today in person as ordered, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. I sent him an email last night to remind him of today's hearing. He responded by indicating that he was in Brownsville with his mother at the hospital. So I sent him a link. This morning, I double checked to make sure he'd make the hearing, that he had sent me deal indicating that he was at his grandmother's. I checked, and apparently his mother had been at the ER, did not want to stay in the hospital, was released and went to apparently her mother's home in Brownsville, and that's where they were this morning. And I sent him the link again. So
He is logged on. Mr. Garcia, why are you not here with me this morning?
Because of my family emergency yesterday, sir.
All right, I need you here this afternoon. I have docket at 2 o'clock. I'm going to need you here at 2 o'clock. You understand?
Okay.
All right, I need you here in person 2 o'clock. All right?
Okay.
Okay, see you here at 2 o'clock. Mr. Flores, if you are busy, you can appear via Zoom. I'm not going to hold this against you and have you be in person. So I just need him here. You can be via Zoom if you'd like.
thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate that. That's all I've got this morning. My big excuse, Your Honor.
Yes, this case will be reset for 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. McPherson, you have number 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. Osvaldo Gonzalez.
Judge, I believe he's online. We filed a motion to modify his bond conditions. He's on AIP. His AIP officer told him that he could not leave the county or work out of the county unless he got permission from the court. So we're asking permission from the court to modify his AIP conditions so that he can leave the county and also live outside the county for work purposes.
My understanding is that there has been no AIP violations and the 92nd District Court did in fact grant him permission to work out of the county. Is that your understanding?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Victoria, any other issues that would prohibit me from, at this time, modifying the bond conditions and removing AIP if there's been no violations?
I don't believe so, Judge.
Any objection from the state?
At this time, Judge.
All right, court will go ahead and modify the conditions of his bond. I'm going to remove AIP as a condition of his bond that will allow him to leave the county and work. Right, is Osvaldo Gonzalez present?
Yes, sir.
Osvaldo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, because you have had no AIP violations, the court will modify the conditions of your bond and remove AIP. And since the 92nd District Court has granted you permission to leave, this court will go ahead and do the same and we'll follow suit, okay? I do need to give you a reset date, Mr. Gonzalez. So
Okay, Judge.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Judge, my attorney had told me that they didn't want to give me another chance, maybe on probation, and
Judge,
they wanted to. I believe the prosecutors wanted to send me to penitentiary, but I promise you, I'm not gonna mess up anymore, sir. I'm already doing good. I'm working right now at a company, but I just asked for permission right now to get out so I can be in court.
Well,
I'm doing way better, and I'm already staying out of drugs and everything.
all right, I'm gonna let you leave the county. I'm gonna remove AIP. Obviously, there's a lot of still moving parts. You have a lot of cases before this court, and obviously you have a felony. So we'll have to work through it all. Visit with Mr. McPherson. Mr. McPherson has a lot of experience when it comes to representing individuals who are charged with felonies and misdemeanors. I'm gonna give you a reset date so that you can have some time to look into those cases. But in the meanwhile, I need you to be keeping your nose clean, staying working, doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't be getting into any more trouble. You understand?
Yes, sir.
June the 9th is the reset date. June the 9th,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
2022 at 9:30, okay? June the 9th on all your cases.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. McPherson, anything else?
that's all we have. May we be excused?
We'll work on the order removing AIP at this time, okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
I did submit a proposed order on each of the cases.
Okay, we'll take a look at that, Mr. McPherson.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we do have one other person here that I'd like to take care of. And what number is that? 33? Number 33, Ms. Sepulveda, I think I saw you there. This is CR 21-11-488H, Jesus Noé Gutierrez. This was an in-person hearing. Defendant should have been screened for mental health court back in probably February. Then we carried that over to March. Ms. Sepulveda Martinez, can you hear me, Veronica? If you're tied up, I'll probably just skip this case and then come back to it. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, Noel.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What number do you have?
Judge, I have number 60 on the court's criminal docket.
Number 60. CR 21-12-407H, Michael Anthony Reyes.
He is present, Your Honor. He does speak English. Judge, I asked that this case be set on today's docket. My client notified me that there was a NISI issued on, I believe, the 22nd of March. If that was, it was just a miscommunication. If no appearances were made on that day, Judge, all discovery has been made, given to me. A recommendation has already been extended, and I'm just asking that the NISI be withdrawn or removed, and a new date for us to plead this case out on.
So NISI will be recalled at the state's expense. Mr. Reyes, the court will always recall one NISI at the state's expense. If there's a second NISI, it'll be at your expense, but at this time, NISI recalled. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, do you anticipate this being a plea and something that we can set up in the afternoon?
I do, Judge.
All right, and I can give you maybe 2 weeks down the road, if that's okay, like the 21st of April, the 19th of April.
The 21st sounds good, sir.
April 21st, 2022 at 2 o'clock. Mr. Reyes, please stay in contact with your attorney. We'll see you on April 21st at 2 o'clock. But for now, the warrant and the NISI has been recalled, okay? And you're on mute, but I hope you understand or we're able to hear. Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, you and Mr. Reyes are both excused unless you have another case.
No, that's it, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Derek, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on docket number 77, State of Texas versus Luis Vasquez.
For 77, CR 21-12-210H, State of Texas versus Luis Gustavo Vasquez.
Judge, just asking for 30 days on this matter. I received a rec from Mr. Hello this morning. We need to relay that to my client and discuss that. The last setting, I hadn't received discovery. I've since received that. I've reviewed it. I've discussed that with my client. So just need to discuss the rec with him.
How about I give you May 19th? Does that work?
That works, Your Honor. Plenty of time.
May 19th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. And that's all I have. May we be excused?
You and your client are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
All right, Mr. Ortegon, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on number 65 on the court's docket, the state of Texas versus Jacob Brian Rodriguez.
All right, that's CR 21-05-999H, Jacob Brian Rodriguez.
He is logged on, Your Honor. We are respectfully requesting 30 days on this one. We are in communication with Miss Melissa Lozano, trying to come to a resolution on this case, Judge.
All right, May 19th, if that day works.
Can I get a week later, Your Honor? I will be out of town the first 2 weeks of May.
Okay, the 26th, does that work?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, May 26th at 9:30 in the morning.
That's all I have with this honorable court, Judge. May I be excused?
Mr. Rodriguez, stay in contact with Mr. Ortegon. We'll see you on May the 26th at 9:30, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Ortegon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, what do you have? You're on mute, Mr. Jackson.
My apologies, Your Honor. I have CR 19-15019-H, State of Texas versus Teresa Flores Cornejo.
Number 7, Judge.
All right, number 7. All right, are we still waiting on that felony, or do we have any information on that
Yes.
felony out of the 93rd?
No, Your Honor, we still are waiting on it. We're trying to work out a plea agreement with it, and this will be subsumed once that is taken care of. I'm just respectfully requesting a 45-day reset, Your Honor, so we can go ahead and address the felony out of the 93rd.
Let me give you June the 9th, Mr. Jackson, and if you need to have this case called sooner than that, please. We hear criminal cases on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so just let us know and we can accommodate you during a Tuesday or a Thursday during the week.
Your Honor, it's always a pleasure being before this honorable court. May you have a wonderful day, Judge.
Likewise, June the 9th, 9:30, Ms. Cornejo.
Thank you, Judge. Have a wonderful, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Mr. Steindale, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 6 on your docket, CR 22-01207, Sandra Charles. Judge, she is present on the Zoom meeting. Just asking for about 30 days, Judge, to resolve this. It's our first setting. Should be able to get this thing done.
All right, I see Ms. Charles with her camera off and on mute, but I trust that you can hear me, Ms. Charles. The court will go ahead and give you May the 19th. Is that enough time, Mr. Charles? I mean, Mr. Steindale?
Yes, Judge. Thank you so much.
All right, May 19th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You and Ms. Charles are excused. Mr. Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 9 and 10 on your criminal docket.
All right, 9 and 10 is CR 21-04043H, CR 21-07010H, Lori Davila.
Yes, Your Honor. On the assault case, Ms. Davila has completed the Mujeres Unidas anger management course, and the previous agreement with the previous ADA was that this case would be dismissed. And we've submitted the Mujeres Unidas certificate to both the previous ADA, and I believe I sent it to both Mr. Heller and Mr. Shavana.
All right, announcement from the state.
Judge, let me, 1 second. I don't have an announcement yet. This time I'm barely seeing the email for the first time right now. If the court can give me a little bit of time, we can move on to the next case while I look at it.
Mr. Garcia, hang tight. Don't log off. I'll be right with you. Let me call Ms. Cedillo as well. One of the prosecutors looks into this, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Cedillo, what do you have?
Judge, good morning. I apologize and I don't have, Judge, if the court wants to recall, I'm not ready. I should have had the docket number.
Is it Pedro Elizondo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, it's number 12, CR 21-14310H, Pedro Pablo Elizondo.
Your Honor, on Mr. Elizondo, the state has communicated an offer to me. It's one that could result in a quick disposition of the case, Judge. I just need some additional time to speak to him and the complaining witness, Judge, on this matter.
All right, is Pedro Pablo Elizondo present? You're on mute, please unmute yourself. Pedro Pablo Elizondo?
He's a Spanish speaker, Judge.
Carlos, will you let him know to unmute himself?
Pedro Pablo Elizondo, si se encuentra presente, encienda su micrófono. Pedro Pablo Elizondo.
All right, the court will go ahead and grant you a motion for continuance, Ms. Cedillo. I'll grant you a short continuance. Now, you anticipate this being something that can get resolved in a couple of weeks?
Yes, Your Honor, but the current offer, my understanding of the offer is that the state will consider dismissing the charge, Judge, if the complaining witness does not want to proceed, that being his mother, Your Honor, and it's my understanding that she does not want to proceed, so it's a matter of getting her to do the affidavit of non-prosecution, Judge.
Let me go ahead and reset this for May 19th. That'll give her some time to do that. That'll be at 9:30. Now, if Mr. Elizondo does not appear on May 19th, a warrant will be issued. For today, the court will grant you a motion for continuance. You're first.
Thank you, Your Honor. Having no further business before Your Honor, may I be excused?
Excuse, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, we can go ahead and recall that case.
All right, Mr. Garcia, this is Lori Monique Davila. Defendant to have completed Mujeres Unidas. My understanding is that she did. Does the state have an announcement?
Yes, Judge, given that she has completed the Mujeres Anger Management by Mujeres Unidas, we will be dismissing the cases.
At the request of District Attorney's Office, both cases against Lori Davila are hereby dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes our business, Your Honor. We have no further business. May be excused.
You're excused. Thank you. Ms. Davila, you're excused as well. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. All right, I have Mr. Guerra or Ms. Martinez, if either of you all are ready.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Ms. Martinez, you have number
33 on the docket.
33, yes. So the defendant's mom, Jesus Noega Gutierrez, is present here in the courtroom.
Yes, she did call our office as well and notify my assistant that he would not be present this morning.
Right, so he's not present, she's present. I know we had requested this to be an in-person hearing. He did need to be screened. I know that we've been having some difficulty in screening him. We've on numerous occasions requested his presence and he failed to appear. I mean, if the mom would like to say something, don't know if you've spoken with her or not.
She just notified my assistant that she went this morning to confirm that he would be appearing in court. He was aware of this, that he would need to be there in person, and he notified her that he wasn't feeling well.
Okay.
I don't know if she has any additional information.
You want to have her go to the back room? All right, ma'am, what is your name?
Mi nombre es Magda Plummer.
Magda Plummer.
Magda Plummer.
Y lo Plummer.
Plummer.
And who are you? What is your relationship to Jesus Noé Gutierrez?
Jesus Noé Gutierrez.
Soy su mamá.
I'm his mother.
All right. And you were aware that he is ordered or was ordered to be here in person today, correct?
Y usted sabe que él estaba ordenado que se presentara aquí en persona hoy, ¿correcto?
Sí, yo le toqué ahorita. Sí.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any information about his whereabouts?
¿Tiene información dónde está él ahorita?
Está en su apartamento.
He's at his apartment.
And why is he not here with you and here with me?
¿Por qué no está aquí presente hoy con nosotros?
Porque dije en la mañana que se sentía muy mal y que no podía venir.
He said in the morning that he felt very sick and he could not attend.
And do you believe him?
Eso es lo que yo quería hablar con el juez para explicarle que si yo no sé, él siempre está encerrado. Él no quiere hablar con nadie.
That's what I want to talk to the judge about, to explain to him. He's always at his place, locked up.
All right.
Algún examen de drogas, yo no sé si está haciendo drogas metido ahí en el apartamento.
I want him to see if he can get drug tested. I don't know if he's doing drugs there at his apartment.
Pero yo no miro que no razona ya correcto como él era.
But I feel he doesn't react like correctly the way he's supposed to.
Okay. Well, that's, I think, one of the reasons why we want to have him screened for the mental health court. But if he doesn't appear, then I believe, Ms. Martinez, unless we have any other ideas on how to approach it, it might be just to take out a warrant for his arrest and
And Your Honor, we have made several attempts to contact him and stress the importance of him appearing before the court. This has been an issue on several of his appearances.
And Judge, both probation and Tropical Texas have reached out to him multiple times, and he's not returned their calls either.
All right, what says the state?
State request judgment nice to be granted, KP issued bonds for the state of Texas.
Judgment nice shall be granted. KP is issued. Bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of the defendant, Jesus Gutierrez. Ms. Plummer, the court is going to try to see if he can get taken into custody. He obviously isn't listening to you, listening to the court. You're here, you're being responsible by being here on his behalf, but I need him here. And so for that reason, the court's going to issue out a warrant for his arrest. Once he gets taken in, we can screen him for all the, different, programs that the county has.
El problema es que yo se le tengo todos los pagos de él, yo ya no puedo con los pagos de él.
The thing is that I'm the one who makes all his payments, and I cannot keep up with his payments anymore.
No, I understand. That's why it's probably best that we try to get him some help.
Y yo sí quisiera que me ayudaran, que lo fueran a levantar, que vaya la policía y lo levante y se lo traiga, que le hagan estudios.
Yes, I wish y'all would be able to help me send the police to go pick him up, and so he can get those studies done.
Yeah, well, we'll try our very best, ma'am.
All
right. If
Are they gonna go pick him up?
well, I've issued a warrant for his arrest. I'm leaving that up to the sheriff's department to execute on that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gracias por ayudarme.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you. As soon as we find out that he's been picked up, Ms. Martinez, we'll go ahead and notify you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right.
That's all the business I have. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Guerra, what do you have?
Good morning, gentlemen. Number 20 on your docket.
Number 20. CR 21-12-523H, Jonathan Esmit Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez is present on Zoom, Judge. He has been approved for DWI court. However, he did want to speak to his immigration attorney since he does have some immigration relief. And the court can give us 2 weeks, Judge, so he could clear that up.
All right. How about May 19th? Does that work?
May 19th, yes, sir. May 19th at 9:30, Judge?
At 9:30.
I have nothing further before this honorable court. Will you both be excused, Judge?
Yes. Also, just know at this point, Mr. Guerra, his bond was modified. There has been no violations. If this can get resolved with something that that requires a fee of court costs or something of that extent, since there's no violations while he's been on the device, to my knowledge at this point, the court will waive fine and court costs in an effort to try to help the defendant with any of the associated costs of having that mobile device. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. Will you be excused, Judge?
You're excused. Thank you. All right, Mr. Garcia.
Hey, Judge, good morning. I have number 4. I'm set for a motion to withdraw, Judge.
Stephanie Marie Cantu?
That's correct.
Cantu present.
She is not present, and well, there's been a substantial breakdown in communication where I cannot advocate for her, Judge. She has not returned any phone calls, and she has not returned any of our letters that we've submitted to her last known address. It seems as though she ghosted us.
Okay. The court will go ahead and grant you your motion to withdraw. That request is granted. And at this time, I'll call out her name, Stephanie Marie Cantu. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself, Stephanie Marie Cantu. Stephanie Marie Cantu. What says the state?
State request to be nice to be granted, keep issued in bonds for the state of Texas.
Judgment nice shall be granted, case is issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Stephanie Marie Cantu. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Do you have anything else?
Yes, Judge, I have number 51 through 54, and it's going to be the same announcement. However, recently we were able to locate my client, and apparently he's in some facility, some jail in Ohio.
All right. Are you still asking to withdraw on this one?
Yes, Judge, I'm still asking for the motion to withdraw be granted. This is for Victor Manuel Puente, Judge, 51 through 54.
Your knowledge is that he's in a facility as a result of an incarceration for another offense?
Yes, Judge, that is correct. We just recently learned this about Sunday, I believe.
Let me go ahead and grant your request to withdraw. And since he is not present, and that way we can be guaranteed with some assurances that he will be brought back into the jurisdiction of our court. What says the state?
State requires judgment NISA be granted, KP is issued and bonds forfeited to the state of Texas.
Judgment NISA will be granted, KP is issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of the defendant, Victor Manuel Puente. All right.
Your Honor, I have one last case, it's number 62 on the court's criminal docket.
62 CR 22-01640H, George Jeremy Reina.
He was given a Zoom instruction, Judge. However, I just wanted to confirm if he was required to be in person. We had given him a Zoom link. This was for a status. He had an issue with his mobile alcohol monitoring device. It was dropped in the pool, and he was trying to get it reconnected, Judge.
All right, George Jeremy Reina, are you present? George Jeremy Reina. Is Mr. Reina on mute? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. George Jeremy Reina.
I do not see him on Zoom, Judge.
All right. I have a note here. The defendant has not been testing on his mobile device since March the 12th. On the March report, he had 68 missed tests, 4 late tests, and 5 BAC violations. While I may, take the dropping it in the pool as for the missed test, he still had 5 BAC violations, and those don't magically happen when you drop it into chlorine. It happens when you drop it into alcohol.
Well, that might be why I'm not here, Judge.
Taking a bath in vodka.
Well, spring break.
So because of those violations and because of his not being present, I'm going to ask the state if they have an announcement.
Judge, state requires judgment NISA be granted, KP is issued and bonds forfeited to the state of Texas. State would also request that his bond be revoked.
He's got a personal recognizance bond at this time. The court's going to go ahead and revoke that personal recognizance bond, and I'm going to issue a judgment NISA at Capias, and the bond will be forfeited. That'll be the judgment of the court. So we will try to locate him. He'll be held without bond.
Thank you, Judge. I have nothing further. May I be excused?
You may be excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's revoke that bond. Yeah, but hold it without a bond. Yeah. He's got 2 cases. We'll do the same thing with that. All right, Mr. Moreno, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I got number 76 on your docket.
Number 76. CR 22-00040H, Victorino Valdez.
Yes, Your Honor. He is present by Zoom.
All right, is Mr. Valdez present?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Moreno, your announcement?
Judge, there was a plea offer made on this by Vito yesterday, Judge, at the time, just to discuss it with him and sign him up.
All right, let me go ahead and give you like a mid-April. Is that okay?
That works, Judge.
How about April 26th?
Yes, Your Honor.
April 26th, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
That's all I have. Excuse.
Mr. Valdez, stay in contact with Mr. Moreno. We'll see you on April 26th at 2. You're excused, Mr. Moreno. I trust he heard.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Palacios, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
We have Yulisa Guevara, Judge. Let's get the docket number for you. Number 32 on your docket, Yulisa Guevara.
right, that's CR 22-009-11H, Yulisa Guevara.
This is our first pre-trial, setting that we're still reviewing discovery. We're just asking for a recommendation at this time.
All right, let me give you May 24th as a reset date. May 24th at 9:30, so that you can get a recommendation from the state and see what you're going to do with the case.
Yes, sir.
All right, I do see Ms. Guevara present. Ms. Guevara, stay in contact with Mr. Arredondo or Mr. Palacios. We'll see you on May 24th at 9:30.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Arredondo?
Yes, sir. I have number 66 on your docket, Julian Rodriguez. He's present here in my office, Judge.
All right, that's CR 21-12-096H. Julian Lopez Rodriguez, bond modified, no violations. Announcement for Mr. Rodriguez.
We're going to be submitting the PTD today, Judge. He already did the UA. We just need to file the motion.
Give you June the 9th at 9:30. June 9th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too. Mr. Trejo, what do you have?
Morning, Judge. I have number 21 and 22 on your docket, State of Texas versus Kevin Gonzalez. He has two cases, CR 21-13847H and CR 21-13848H. He's present in the courtroom, Judge. He has a felony that's pending and we're asking for more time.
We give you June the 9th, 6/9, 9:30.
I have one more case, Your Honor.
Okay.
Number 39. State of Texas versus Joseph Machaca, CR 21-14291H. He's present in the courtroom, Your Honor, and we are asking for additional time in this case to continue negotiating with the state.
Do you need as much time as the June the 9th, or can I give you a May setting?
You can give us a May setting, Judge, May or June.
How about May 26th,
Sounds good, Your Honor.
9:30?
And that's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused.
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Salinas.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 55 and 56 on the docket, Jasmine Reyes.
All right, that's CR 21-01817H, CR 21-01818H, Jasmine Reyes.
Your Honor, we're going to be asking for some additional time. She does have currently a felony still in intake, but since she doesn't have any priors, we're also going to be submitting a PTD application.
All right, is Jasmine Reyes present? Jasmine Reyes? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Jasmine Reyes. Are you asking for a motion for continuance so that I don't take out a warrant for her today?
Yes, Your Honor, she was aware of the hearing. We can try to contact her so she can log on.
Let me go ahead and just grant you a motion for continuance. I'll give you May 24th as a reset date. She will need to be present on May 24th at 9:30, or a warrant will be issued at that time, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May 24th, 9:30 for Ms. Reyes. Motion for continuance granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing further before this honorable court. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Larry, do you have any announcements for anyone on the behalf of the Public Defender's Office?
Good morning, Judge. Larry Esparcio with the Public Defender's Office. Judge, I have number 70 and 71, State of Texas versus Julius Elijah Sedna. We were just appointed. Number 70 is the motion to revoke. It's CR 20-09438H. We were appointed yesterday on that case, Your Honor. And he's also got number 71, CR 21-12637H. In reviewing the file, Judge, I know that Mr. Parsons, the previous attorney, had made some notes that there was a recommendation, but I do not see any discovery in the file. If they could forward us the discovery, we did file at 3914 a while back. I'm not sure on the date, but I do have a copy that was filed. We can get the discovery. And I did reach out to Mr. Sedna, we called his number, but there was no answer. I sent him an email earlier this morning, but have not received a response from him, Judge. I don't know if he's on the screen or not.
I don't see Mr. Sedna present. Julia Sedna, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Julia Sedna. Mr. Esparza, I have no problem granting you a motion for continuance because on his bond modification for his second DWI, he's showing no violations on his mobile device.
Okay,
I have no problem granting you that so that you can also get the discovery and reset this case to May the 19th. And if he's not here at that time, then the court will issue a warrant.
All right. They can just forward us the discovery, Your Honor, and then we'll reach out to him, get everything worked out.
All right, motion for continuance granted, reset May 19th. And state, please provide the discovery and we'll see each other May 19th on this case.
That's all I have this morning, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Your excuse, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Esquivel, I see you now with your camera on and raising your hand.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I was on another court and I apologize for not being present earlier.
No problem.
I have number 74 on your docket and I have an announcement.
All right, number 74 is CR 2113 735H. I believe it's pronounced Chaz David Stevens?
Shantae David Stevens.
Shantae's David Stevens.
Judge, he should be on. We provided him the the link yesterday and he checked in with us earlier.
I do see Mr. Stevens logged on. Mr. Stevens, please put on a shirt. You're in court proceedings.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Just a little bit.
Sorry about that, Judge.
No problem. Just
Sorry about that. Sorry.
your announcement. Your announcement, Mr. Esquivel?
Judge, he has a felony pending that has no CR number yet. He has not been indicted. It's out of the same transaction. I checked on it last Thursday, and as of last Thursday, it was not indicted. It is a drug charge, so there may be a backlog at DPS, and that might be the delay.
Let me go ahead and give you a reset date for June the 9th at 9:30, June the 9th, 9:30.
And they will continue to be by Zoom, Judge? It's up in the air.
As long as we're not in the new courthouse. As far as county court 8 is concerned, I think that's when we rip the Band-Aid off and we go straight in person when we move into the new courtroom.
Very good, Judge.
Or courthouse, I should say.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
So if we're in the and I guess this is a public service announcement. If we're in the new courthouse for any reset dates I'm giving, assume that it'll be in person.
Any anticipated date of move-in to the courthouse, Judge?
At this point, we're looking at June, I'm guessing.
All right. Well, thank you for the info, Judge.
No problem.
I'll see you. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks. Okay, yes, Mr. Stevens.
No, that was just saying all right to my lawyer. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. We'll see you June the 9th, 9:30.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ortegon, are you ready to make an announcement or waiting? On
Yes, sir. Quick announcement, Your Honor. Good morning. Elizar Lopez, Your Honor. This is number 38 on your docket, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yes, sir. CR 2113 303H, Eliasar Lopez Jr. Bond modification, no violations, Mr. Ortegon?
Your Honor, we're asking for an oral motion for continuance, Your Honor. We're waiting on, there's another DWI, Your Honor. I don't know if we can get 45 days or whatever the court seems fit.
I don't have a problem giving you June 9th, if that's okay.
Okay.
June 9th, 2022, 9:30. Now, is Mr. Lopez present?
He should be.
Eliasar Lopez Jr. If you're on mute, I see you there. I see Mr. Lopez present, yes. Okay, June 9th, Mr. Lopez, stay in contact with Mr. Ortegon and we'll see you June 9th at 9:30. All right.
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I have several lawyers, but they have their cameras off. If any of y'all are ready to have your case called, please turn on your camera. Ms. De Luna, I see you there.
Good morning, Your Honor. I believe I'm number 5 on your docket, on your AM docket, Arturo Castillo, Your Honor.
All right, that's CR 19-15-715H, Arturo Castillo, bond modification, or no bond modification because the device was removed on 12/7. Okay, so your announcement.
Yes, Your Honor, on this one, I did file a motion to withdraw, Your Honor, and that should be on file. It should have been on file for more than the 3 days. And I believe that is also Mr. Castillo's request, Your Honor. I was appointed to this, so I don't know at this point if allowed the withdrawal, if you would have to reappoint, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Castillo, can you unmute yourself? Carlos, can you translate? Maybe he needs.
He does not. He understands English, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Castillo, Ms. De Luna is requesting that she withdraw from your case. Do you have any objection to that?
No, sir, but I would like to state the reason why. We haven't been communicating, I believe, as we're supposed to. I've asked for a couple of motions to be filed with the court in regards to my case. I don't know if they ever were. At this point, I'm willing, if possible, go to trial, and I will defend myself.
All right, I take it you slept at a Holiday Inn last night.
Sir?
I mean, everybody comes in here thinking that they can be lawyers. You know what it takes to be a lawyer?
No, sir, but the way my case is being handled at the moment, I think, I mean,
Again, I can understand your possible frustration. My question was real simple. If you want to represent yourself, I don't even think you understand what it takes to be, you know, to be trained to be able to represent yourself in court. And the problem is if I grant that, my courtroom becomes a circus because you don't know what you're doing. So,
well, at this point, what would the alternative be? Another or a different appointed defense attorney?
What motion was he requesting that you file, Ms. Luna?
Judge, I'm not too sure. I think that was initially before we received the discovery. Once reading through the discovery, Your Honor, I think that's where we had a little bit of divergent opinions on certain things. I believe that he believes this to be a triable case that he wants to try. Although I would have gone forward with that, Your Honor, there's been some issues as far as communication. He indicates it's my fault, which I don't want to argue about.
No.
However, there's been changes in numbers and addresses and stuff and emails. He has 2 emails instead of just one, and I guess caused confusion across the board. But as far as motions, Your Honor, at this point on my notes, I don't have that there was a motion requested. That was.
What motion did you request, Mr. Castillo?
Yes, sir. I believe that there was some evidence that I wanted, if indeed it went to trial, I wanted a motion to suppress that evidence.
So you're asking for a motion to suppress on the DWI?
Yes, sir.
Granted. I'll give you that. That's not a problem. All right. So motion to suppress. Let me give you a date for that. That'll be April 28th, 2022, 9:30 in the morning. All right. Now I need to have another lawyer because Ms. De Luna is requesting that she withdraw from your case, and that'll be granted. Mr. Lopez, are you on the wheel for misdemeanors?
I am, Judge. However, I may be going through a transition pretty soon, Your Honor, where I may not be able to accept this case, Judge, at this time.
All right, no problem. The court's going to appoint the public defender's office. So contact public defenders. And the public defender's office make them aware that they have a motion to suppress hearing on April 28th.
Judge, is there any way just, I guess, to help them out, that we could have a motion to suppress in May? Judge, I read the discovery and I strongly think it's something that the public defenders would like to discuss with him before the suppression, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, if he's adamant about it and it's going to get denied because it's evidence is against him, if it's going to get granted, I mean, do you want me to give you a May setting, Mr. Castillo, or do you want me to stay with the April 28th?
A May setting will be fine.
All right, May 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor. And again, I apologize. I just, knowing what I've read, I think it's something that they would want to discuss with him.
All right. So the withdrawal is granted for Ms. De Luna. The public defender's office has been appointed. And the reset date on the motion to suppress is May 19th. Now, Mr. Castillo, if you're not present in person here at our courtroom on May 19th at 9:30, the motion to suppress will be denied, and it'll be denied with prejudice, meaning you can never refile it. You understand?
Understood, sir.
We'll see you here May 19th at 9:30 in person.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, see you in person May 19th.
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yeah. Jessica, can you submit an order granting the motion to withdraw?
Yes, I think I may have drafted it and not filed it. I'll go ahead and get that done.
Perfect, thank you.
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused, thank you. Mr. Castillo, you're also excused. We'll see you in person May 19th, 9:30.
Thank you.
All right, Ted, what do you have?
Judge number 14 on the docket, State versus Edin Enrique Franco, Judge. He is on the screen.
All right, CR 21-057-59H. Showing no violations. However, I've not received MAD certificate. What is that? What is that about?
Judge, he was ordered to complete the MAD victim impact panel as a sanction.
Oh, because he had a violation?
Correct.
All right, Ted, any information as to why he hasn't completed that?
I'm not sure, Judge. I thought he had already completed everything. I know that last time we were in court, he asked about that and he was getting that information, or he was either signed up. I'm not aware of that, Your Honor.
Mr. Franco, any information about that?
He is a Spanish speaker, Judge.
All right, Carlos?
Franco, ¿has completado el programa de MAD?
¿Cuál, perdón?
Which one?
The MAD impact panel. that
El
you were
programa de
ordered.
MAD.
No sé qué es eso.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Lopez, has it not been explained to him, or does he? I mean, what?
I don't know, Your Honor. I know that I think he had to pay some money. I know he did that. I know last time I spoke to him, if he was having any issues, it could be a language barrier. I don't know how that's communicated with him as far as the probation department is, that was required. However, Judge, the announcement that I did have today was that he was accepted to the pretrial diversion program. He just needs to make that payment so I can get the paperwork, Judge. Hope that doesn't stall this process.
Victoria, any information or any suggestion?
Judge, if he completed it, all he needs to do is email us a copy of the certificate.
But I don't think he's even taken it, because I don't even think he understands what he needs to take.
And it's provided in Spanish. I know I sent the email to Mr. Lopez with the website and everything where he can sign up. The only thing is right now I don't have access to my email to be able to check what date it was sent.
All right, Ted, can you visit with him? And if I give him 2 weeks, can you visit with him to make sure he takes that class?
All things that were moved, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
In fact, I can put you in a breakout room right now if that'll help you.
Sure.
All right, let me go ahead and put you in a breakout room. That way you can visit with him. Tell him he's got 2 weeks to take that class. You do it online, then you come back and make an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Señor Franco, ahorita se le va a mandar una invitación ahí en su pantalla. Acepte esa invitación.
De acuerdo.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and accept that invitation. All right, do we have any other attorney who's ready to make an announcement? Representative Munoz, are you ready to make an announcement? You're on mute.
I'm sorry, I do have an announcement, Judge. My client is a Spanish speaker, Your Honor, and he is here in the office. If I can turn the device around so the court can identify him, Judge.
Sure, no problem. I'll trust that you don't have to turn it around.
Okay.
He's there. Just.
Judge, I just have Martin Barbosa, Your Honor. He is set, he's number 3 on the docket.
Martin Mendoza Barbosa, CR 21-10-967H. This is a bond modification case. There's been no violations. Your announcement.
Judge, I was just gonna work with Mr. Heller if I can get on the recommendation and sign up my client, Judge, and dispose of the case.
Can I give you April 14th?
Yes.
April 14th at 2 o'clock. Now, since there's no violations and no known violations at this point by me, please take into consideration when your negotiations that if there's no violations at the time of the plea, the court will go ahead and waive all fines and court costs.
Okay, just so that would be April the 14th at 2 p.m.
April 14th, 2 o'clock. And again, that might help your client offset some of the costs of the device.
Yes, Judge, and also would that be, I guess, in person, right? Or it depends on, I guess, on the court. We'll just check with the court on that day.
No, it'll be via Zoom.
Via Zoom, okay.
At 2 o'clock via Zoom, April 14th.
And that's all I have, Your Honor. Maybe excuse my client.
Yep. No excuse. Thank you. All right, any other attorneys? Dennis, I see that you just logged on. If any attorney is ready to make an announcement, please let me know by raising your hand, turning on your camera. Dennis, are you ready?
Yes, Judge. This is Carlos Ivan Martinez. And I'm sorry, I don't have the docket number on me right now, Judge.
No problem. Let me take a look. Let me find it. Carlos Ivan Martinez, number 41, CR 210491H. First motion for continuance is granted back in February 22nd. Is Carlos Martinez present? Carlos Martinez, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Carlos Martinez. Carlos Martinez.
Judge, he was messaging me this morning, Judge, and he was logging in, is my understanding. I just stepped out on another in-person hearing here at the courthouse, but if the court will indulge me a few minutes, let me make sure he's on and I'll come back and check in with the court.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Juan, are you ready to make an announcement? Mr. Alvarez, are you ready to make an announcement on your case? All right, Ted, are you ready to come back and make an announcement on your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Give me the number one more. Oh, it's number 14.
It's number 14, yes.
Okay. Again, no violation of the client, but we need to get that MAT certificate completed. That was a condition of his, I think, a sanction that we previously issued. Were you able to confer with him and talk to him about getting on?
Yes.
That class?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, he will take it, Your Honor. He just, I guess he just wasn't aware of it. I'm sending him that email that I had received with the website link. That way he'll click on it and he can do it, Your Honor.
All right.
I must have overlooked it.
May 19th at 9:30. I'll give him a couple more weeks because there's been no violations on his device, so we're good.
May 19th.
9:30.
Okay. Your Honor. Oh, Judge, I guess the other question he had was, he lives in Denton. I sent him the information as far as the payment is concerned. I'm not sure if that payment needs to be made in person. He was a little concerned about that.
What payment is that?
The $500 payment for pretrial diversion.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
It can be paid over the phone, Your Honor.
Okay.
Be a credit card. There'll be a small fee.
Okay, that's way beyond my pay grade. I don't know how that operates, but yeah, I guess you can pay.
So just call the clerk's office and you can make the payment that way.
318-2100, County Clerk's Office, 318-2100.
Okay.
Okay, Carlos, will you let him know that reset date is May 19th at 9:30 and he has to be have completed this MAT impact panel by then.
Franco, la nueva fecha que va a tener va a ser el 19 de mayo a las 9:30 de la mañana. Tiene que terminar ese programa de MAT para entonces. Tapado su micrófono.
You're on mute. Okay, it looks like he's on mute. I'm not hopefully understood. Ted, if you can just get with him and let him know, please.
Yes, either way, I'll give him a call, Judge, just let him know.
Perfect. Do you have any other cases?
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, perfect.
Maybe
Okay. Yes, Mr. Alvarez, can you hear me now?
Yes, Your Honor. My apologies, Judge. Rogelio Gonzalez before the Son of Court, Your Honor.
Gonzalez.
CR 21 02855-H.
All right, number 31. Rogelio Rene Gonzalez II.
Yes, I'm right here, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Alvarez, your announcement.
Yes, Judge. He's a good candidate for the 60-day program. I think he's been approved. He just needs to come into my office as soon as possible so I can explain the program to him.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, please
Yes,
go
sir.
visit Mr. Alvarez. That way we can try to dispose of your case with that program that the DA's office offers. I'm going to give you a short reset to May the 24th. All right, May 24th at
Okay.
9:30 so that we can see if we can get that paperwork submitted and approved, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're excused, Mr. Alvarez.
Be safe, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Munoz.
Good morning, Judge. I have number 13 on the court docket. Yari Estrada, he's present in the court on the Zoom, Judge.
All right, CR 21-06-742H, Yadi Noel Estrada. Bond modification, George, no violations.
Yes, Judge. We're just asking the court for another setting, Judge, to try and get this resolved.
Is this something that you think you can resolve with a plea?
I'm not sure, Judge. It may be a suppression, Judge. I need to talk to him.
Okay, so I'm going to give you May 24th in the at 9:30. May 24th
Yes, Judge,
at
May-
9:30. Now, you're not asking for a suppression at this time, or are you asking for a date?
No, Judge, we'll file an order if that's the way, or a motion if that's the way we're going to go, Judge.
Okay, right now, he was actually given a verbal admonishment on the 13th of January. So unfortunately, he doesn't qualify for the waiver of fine and court costs if that gets resolved, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Perfect, all right.
May he be
Mr.
excused,
Estrada,
Judge?
stay in contact with Mr. Munoz. We'll see you on May 24th at 9:30.
Judge, the next one I have is number 48 on the court docket, Perla Morales. She's also present on Zoom, Judge.
All right, that's CR 21-11-079H. This is a second verbal admonishment was given on February 22nd, but glad to report that today we have no violations.
That's correct, Judge. This may be a PTD, Judge. This is her first arrest, Judge. We're asking the court for another setting, Judge.
Let me go ahead and give you June the 9th. 9:30.
Perfect. May she be excused, Judge?
Yes, she's excused. June the 9th, Mrs. Morales.
Yes, sir.
Then the next one I have, Judge, is number 47 on the court docket, Jose Monroy. He's also present on Zoom, Judge.
Yeah, I do see Mr. Monroy there, the CR 21-05-184, Jose Efrain Monroy.
Judge, and this is also a PTD case, Judge, if we can just get one other setting, Judge.
June the 9th at 9:30. Mr. Monroy, stay in contact with Mr. Munoz. We'll see you on June the 9th at 9:30.
And the last one I have, Judge, is number 68 on the court docket, Saul Signs. He's also present on Zoom.
68, CR 21-06-042H, Saul Eduardo Sainz.
Judge, and on this one, we just need one other setting so that I can staff this with the ADA, Judge.
All right, on this one, I'm going to give you a May 19th, George. It's a little shorter date, so I can make sure that you have in fact staffed it with them, May 19th.
Yes, Judge. That's all I have this morning, Judge. May I be excused? My clients be excused?
Yes, all your clients are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
Your Honor, with
What
that,
time?
sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
I have no further business for this honorable court. May I be excused as well?
Yes, you're excused as well. Thank you so much.
Judge.
Morales, I think you're excused as well. I think we've already taken care of your case.
I think she's a Spanish speaker, Judge.
Okay, Carlos, we let her know that her case was reset. Let me get the data.
Amen.
I believe it's June the 9th.
Ms. Morales, ya se puede retirar. Es en comunicación con su abogado. La nueva fecha es el 9 de junio.
Ah, ok, muchas gracias.
Ok, thank you.
Okay. I have 3 attorneys, Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Canales, and we're waiting on Mr. Ramirez. But Mr. Hernandez, do you have an announcement on your case?
Good morning, Your Honor. I do. Jaime Hernandez, present on behalf of Anthony Pete Macias.
Anthony, what was his last name?
Macias.
Macias. It's number 40, CR 2113 236H, Anthony Pete Macias. I have an Anthony. Is that you, sir? Anthony Pete Macias?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Mr. Hernandez, your announcement.
Yes, Your Honor, we submitted a P2D packet. I do apologize to the court. I submitted it without a UA. It didn't get kicked back, and I assumed everything was in that pretrial diversion packet. However, I did speak to the prosecutors, and we are gonna submit to that UA today.
All right.
So we're just asking for more time for that to be processed, and hopefully he gets accepted into the pretrial diversion program.
All right, let me go ahead and give you May 31st, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have before this honorable court. May me and my client be excused?
Mr. Macias, stay in contact with Mr. Hernandez. We'll see you on May 31st, 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Estrada can also be excused. Carlos, will you let him know that his case was already called?
Jaime Estrada. Ya se fue a retirar usted.
May 20th, 9:30.
Thank you.
So I don't have any more defendants. I just have 2 attorneys.
Can you ask the guys on 67, Judge?
Yuri or Vito, do we have any information on number 67? That is Mario Rodriguez. I have a note here for possible administrative dismissal.
Let me look into it, Judge. Judge, I'm guessing they haven't completed the requirements for ADR because they've never even requested the UA letter from me yet since February. So I would just give it a reset.
No one's logged on. I'm going to go ahead and give Mr. Trevino a courtesy and reset this for Thursday, the 7th. Let's reach out to him and let him know that neither he nor his client appeared at 9:30, April 7th. So I just have Mr. Rick Canales.
And Mrs. Roscoe's gonna log in on number 15.
Number 15, all right. All right, Ms. Del Bosque, good morning. You are here on CR 2110-519H, State of Texas versus Javier Guadalupe Garcia.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. We're here for, I believe we're here for status, Your Honor. I don't know if my client is logged in.
Your client is not logged in. It is set for status this morning.
Judge, on this particular case, I was appointed by the court, but I do not have any contact information for him. I need to see if if he's made any calls into our office or not. Judge, if the court could just give me a short reset to maybe next week, I can try to get a hold of him.
All right, we're gonna do the following week, not next week, but the following week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Let's do the 19th, April 19th.
But I'll take your word.
April 19th, 2022 at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Continuance is granted, so he will need to be present at that time, okay?
Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Dennis, are you ready to make an announcement on your case? I know that you logged off, logged back on. I don't have anything else other than you and Mr. Canales, but I have Carlos Ivan Martinez who's logging on, which is Dennis's client. Yeah. Dennis, I have you there. I also have Mr. Martinez who's logged on.
Thank you, Judge.
So we can take an announcement for him at this time.
Judge Dennis Ramirez, on behalf of Mr. Martinez, the case is already called this earlier on this morning's docket. I visited with the state yesterday. He does have 3 new cases at intake coming in, Judge. So we do need a reset so we can address all the cases.
All right, how about 6/9, 9:30, June 9th, 9:30. All right, Mr.
Thank you.
Martinez, stay in contact
Thank
with
you,
the
Your Honor.
attorney. We'll see you on June the 9th at 9:30, okay? All right, thank you, Dennis. Unless you have something else, you're excused.
That's it, Your Honor. Sorry for the delay.
No problem.
Have a good
All
one.
right, you too. All right, Judge Contreras, who do you have?
Your Honor, good morning.
Good morning.
I got Mr. Victor Solis, Your Honor. Victor Solis, that is, I don't have the docket number. I apologize to the court, but it's Victor Solis, Your Honor. He's got 2 cases before the court, theft of property and failure to identify.
Oh, yes, I have a note here that the court granted a motion for continuance on February 22nd. He needed to be present here this morning to be arraigned. He does have a felony in intake. I don't see anybody logged on by the name of Victor Solis. You had any contact with him?
Well, Your Honor, he should have been present at the, may I make a call, Your Honor, to my office and then come back real quick, Your Honor?
Yes, no problem.
Thank you. Should be present in your courtroom, so let me find out.
All right. Savannah,
Hi, Judge. Sorry for the delay. I was in person and my phone died. I couldn't
oh,
log
no
in.
problem.
I have just one with you, Judge, this morning, excuse me. Heriberto Torres, number 75, I believe.
CR 22003978H, Heriberto Torres. Don't have anybody logged on with Heriberto Torres.
I can hear my secretary, Judge, telling him to log back in. This one, Judge, was just going to be a reset, but let me hop back on once he actually shows himself.
That's okay. If he's reaching out to your office, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'll take you at your word.
Thank you. I think he's, Leanne, you're talking to Mr. Torres?
All right. Your announcement on this, you just need more time?
I do, Judge. The recommendation is a year probation on a fail to ID. I'm going to get with Mr. Heller or Mr. Chavana and see if there's anything particularly heinous about this fail to ID that would warrant a whole year. Otherwise, I think it's something that we can probably work out at the next setting.
Okay. Is this maybe something I can set up for the afternoon? Maybe like in mid-April, mid to late April?
Sure. Just, Judge, my only request would be I'll be out the 21st, 22nd through the 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Let's do May 3rd.
Perfect.
All right, May 3rd, 2022, 2 o'clock.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure that we're good on the tape. So May 3rd, 2 o'clock, Ms. Gonzalez, do you have anything else?
Judge, and that'll be a in-person or still via Zoom?
Still via Zoom. We're gonna kind of rip the Band-Aid when the courthouse opens, and that's when we go strictly in person. But until then, we're still gonna be doing this hybrid.
Got it. I'll keep
All
the
right.
Neosporin ready.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you,
It
Judge.
might hurt for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My feet already hurt from wearing heels again because I kind of forgot how to walk in heels. So I look like a baby deer. Like,
That was just born.
yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Contreras, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Apologize, Your Honor. I had my my Zoom on mute and I didn't know that you guys were having a conversation. I apologize to the court, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm present. We made efforts to contact Mr. Solis to no avail, Your Honor. We can't get a hold of him, Your Honor. So whatever the state wants to do today.
Okay. What says the state?
Here, request judgment nice to be granted, KPC issued in bonds forfeited to the state of Texas.
Judgment nice shall be granted. KPS issue bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Victor Solis. Mr. Contreras or Judge Contreras, if you make contact with him, let him know that I will recall the NISI at the state's expense if he walks in and he's not in orange.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Udi was ready to snap on that right away. You guys have a good day. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Good seeing you guys.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. That takes care of our docket. The Office of Rick Canales hasn't logged on. The court's going to go ahead and remove him and take care of the rest of it administratively.